But I'm assuming most people in the group have watched UFC fights or have been in a fight themselves. And I'll ask you, have you ever been told to hold your breath in a fight? I'm assuming the answer was no. And same thing, I don't know what you're training for, but what I'm not going to teach you is to hold your breath in a fight, because you may be fighting for your life, or you may be trying to get up to a mountain, or you just got to the top of the mountain and you're about to shoot a deer and you need to breathe, right? So shooting and breathing is a skillful process. A lot of people will tell you to hold your breath, some people won't. What I'll tell you is try to breathe normal. What I don't want you to do is pull the trigger during a large inhale or pull the trigger during a large exhale. Okay, what was taught to me in sniper school was take a deep breath, let it all out, do that again. And on that second exhale with everything out of your lungs, take the shot then, where you got typically 3 to 7 seconds, depending on your body type, before your body starts being deprived of blood and oxygen and you start moving around again. So what I don't want you to do is try to hold your breath forever, and now you've ruined the process that could have been much more efficient by you just trying to breathe normal. And then while you're not taking a breath in or not taking a breath out, you just pull the trigger. So keep it simple, stupid. Again, don't be taking a shot while you're breathing in a massive amount or letting out a massive amount out, because that will affect your shot. Now we're going to talk about shooting positions. And when it comes to shooting positions, I think the hallmark of this class is this slide. There are 3 elements of a good shooting position. That's bone support, muscular relaxation, and natural point of aim. And if you remember this one slide, that will guide you through the rest of the courses. Again, this course, prone and tabletop sitting. When we get to tripods and rocks and boulders and stuff like that, if you can't apply these 3 considerations to make an element of a good shooting position, then you're not going to be effective shooting off of any of those other platforms. So you have to master this now and apply this to everything you do in the future. If you don't have a good position, build one, right? How do we build one? Well, the first thing we got to consider is getting bone support. What is bone support, you may ask? Well, think about it like this. Let's imagine this gun weighs 22 pounds. How long do you think I can hold it and be accurate for? My arms are getting tired. I know I could hit a target at probably a mile right now standing because I'm Phil Lilly, but could you? I'm just playing. The gun's going to get heavy. You're going to be moving all over the place. Bone support is a process of relaxing your muscles by resting your bone on something else. That way the muscle is no longer being worked. That can be bone on a table, bone on bone, or it may be pulling out a tripod or something like that and taking your rifle and setting on it. And building a position to where you can relax your muscles. That's all we're trying to do with bone support, is use our bones to relax our muscles. And if we do it effectively, we get bone support and muscular relaxation. So here, I'm on a tripod. Let's just say I'm shooting kneeling. Bone support would be, instead of taking the weight of this rifle, well, I'm giving it to the tripod. Let's just say there's more weight back here. Well, instead of holding the gun like this, I'm going to take this elbow and put it on my knee. That is bone support, and now my muscles are relaxed. Try to get my leg into a position where I've got good solid bone work all the way through. And as you can see if you can see my toes, they're on the ground. They're not very stable. So if you're flexible enough, turn your foot, set on your foot. Now I'm more bone support, right? Again, elbow back on the knee. I've got bone support through my whole body. I'm going to be much more efficient. The whole goal of all that is to get natural point of aim, which is where the rifle and the optic are naturally resting in a steady state without the shooter affecting it. So let's imagine you don't have a tripod, but you have a bipod. And you're laying down looking at your target, and you're trying to shoot a zero target at 100 yards just to get your scope zeroed in. And you feel like you're moving the gun and you're holding it in one spot for it to aim at your zero target. Well, if you feel like you've got to turn it and hold it there, then that's you using your muscles and you don't have natural point of aim. So what you can do to confirm if you have natural point of aim is whenever you're laying there on the ground and you think you have your rifle where you want it to be, close your eyes behind the scope, take a deep breath in, blow it all out, and open your eyes. That's when you're going to be the most calm, the most peaceful state, right? Open your eye. Wherever that reticle is naturally resting, that is your gun's natural point of aim. So if you're a little bit off to the left, all you need to do is shift your hips slightly on the ground a little bit and shift that gun's natural point of aim over a little bit. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, blow it out, open them. Wherever that reticle is naturally aiming, that's your natural point of aim. Getting good bone support enables muscular relaxation. Having both of those allows for the gun to have a natural point of aim without shooter given variables that are negative in nature typically. So if you're not doing these every single shot, then we're never going to achieve precision. To take that a step further, I will say that in the Marine Corps, a sniper rifle was typically a weapon that could achieve a 1 minute of angle accuracy at 100 yards, meaning a 1-inch group at 100. That's without shooter given error. Meaning if I'm muscling the gun and I jerk a shot, that gun that was a 1-inch gun is now a 1.5 or a 2 or a 3-inch gun, however bad you messed it up. So the goal is enable the gun to shoot as good as it can, but don't make it shoot worse. Okay? All right, moving on. That's the bad example. You see here, he's got bone support on his knee and his elbow. He's got bone support down here. He's sitting on his feet, and he's even got a bag under his magazine to get his gun more stable on that tire. Whereas this guy right here doesn't have his foot on the ground, doesn't have good bone support under his knee. He's not setting on his foot, doesn't have anything under his elbow, no good bone support. He's likely going to miss his target. And a lot of that was probably induced because it was wet and muddy. And the target doesn't care about any of those factors when you're trying to shoot it. So build a good position regardless of what's happening around you.